What's up, y'all? It's the Little Trace, man, and I'm back with another video. And you already know what's going on, man. I'm finna do that Smackdown review. And I'm gonna just be honest with y'all right now. This Smackdown was mid. This Smackdown had nothing going on, you know what I'm saying? If you missed this Smackdown, congratulations. I'm gonna give y'all a round of applause right now. That was your round of applause. Congratulations for you missing this Smackdown, because it wasn't really nothing to talk about. If you tuning into my video, though, you feel me, to get the scoop on what happened, then you a real one. You feel me? You a real one. Now, we're going to get into the Smackdown right now. We start off with a recap of what happened last week when Cody Rhodes was all mad and shit, and he took out Drew Mack. And then we get a backstage segment with your boy Cody Rhodes, and then Jimmy Uso walk up. And they all like, wait a minute, Jimmy Uso, you ain't supposed to be here. You supposed to be on Raw. But Jimmy was all like, hold on. I'm only here to talk to Nick Aldis, you know what I'm saying, to see what's going on with my cousin. Because my cousin Teeth was all on the ground last week and all that stuff like that, you know what I'm saying. I'm trying to see where my cousin Teeth at. And then Jimmy Uso was like, thank you for helping out my cousin last week, you know what I'm saying, Jacob Fatu, when his teeth was all down to the ground and all that. And Cody Rhodes, he was all like, I beg, you know what I'm saying, it ain't nothing like that, you feel me? You know I'm always help out family when families do. And then Cody Rhodes was all like, all right, bet, so what's going on with you and Jay Uso, you feel me? Like, is y'all still good? And Jimmy was all like, you already know if that shit was to happen to you, you already know how you would feel about that. And then he was all like, all right, beg, you know what I'm saying, I feel that. Then we get Cody Rhodes coming out with a trench coat. We get Codarius Rhodes coming out to the ring with a trench coat. So we already know what's going on for the rest of the night. We already know it ain't going to be no wrestling going on. We already know Cody Rhodes ain't finna do no match or anything like that. He ain't going to have no more segments after this. So, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be it for Cody Rhodes. So, you know what I'm saying? He come out with a trench coat. And he all like, that stuff that happened last week when I had hit Drew Mack across the head with the title, that stuff, that wasn't in my character. You feel me? I didn't mean to do that. But do I need to apologize for that? But then your boy Drew Mack, he come out and he ain't with the talking and shit. He ain't with the bullshit. He all like, I don't need an apology from you, Cody. And then he proceeded to say that the fans are brainwashed about Cody Rhodes, and he said that Cody screwed him at WrestlePalooza, and he screwed him last week, and the fans still cheer him and stuff like that. And Drew Mack said that he need to finish his story, and he's going to do that at Saturday Night's Main Event. Then he said, if y'all steady worried about somebody who attacked Jacob Fatu, y'all need to be worried about Jimmy Uso, because he the only one who have motive to attack Jacob Fatu. I ain't the one who did that shit. And then Cody Rhodes said, enough, Drew McIntyre. And then while he was getting ready to say that, Jimmy Uso came out. He got the banging with Drew Mack. He got the beating his ass for talking crazy on his name. He like, fuck that shit. I had enough of you talking crazy. We finna get this shit busy right now. But then they, you know what I'm saying, they get that shit squabbled out. And then, you know what I'm saying, they go about their business. And then we get Solo Sikoa. He come out with the MFTs and stuff. All during out what's going on and stuff. He come out with the MFTs. You know what I'm saying? The motherfuckers. And then, you know what I'm saying, they about to go up against Ray Phoenix and Shinsuke Nakamura. Don't ask me how they became homies. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. We just know that they both got smoked with the MFTs. So that's what we about to do. But before we get that match, we come backstage and we get Drew McIntyre yelling at Nick Aldis. And he all like, you would have never put me in that match if you would have knew I was guilty. And then Jimmy Uso came back. He got to beating his ass again. Like, nigga, fuck that. You speaking on my name, my cousin name, my brother name. You got to get this fade. And then we get Ray Phoenix and Shinsuke Nakamura coming out for their match with the motherfuckers. And you know what I'm saying? The crowd that was going, you know what I'm saying? That was loud for Shinsuke. He got a good pop when he came out, you feel me? Then we get into the match. And Tama Tonga, this dude is ripped. Like, this dude is jacked to the T. I ain't gonna fake it. I don't know what he been doing while he was out, you know what I'm saying, injured. But this dude is built. This dude is built up now. You feel me? This dude is jacked. But you know what I'm saying? Your boy Ray Phoenix, that dude is my currently favorite high-flying wrestler. Like, that dude can do it all in the ring. Dude be going crazy. Like, he the best luchador that we have to this day. To this day! But yeah, this match was good for what it was. It was just a match between a faction who just whooped their ass, between two motherfuckers who just got their ass whooped. So whoop-de-doo, you feel me? Solo Sikoa ended up getting involved and jumping over the apron and shit like that. And your boy Tama Tonga hit a choke slam on the, Tala Tonga hit a choke slam on the apron, you know what I'm saying, to Ray Phoenix, and then they got the pin, and they got the 1, 2, 3. And your boy Solo Sikoa was talking to the camera when they was posing this shit. He was all like, we taking over everything. We taking over everything. And then that was the end of that. Then we move right along. We get your boy Nick Aldis, you know what I'm saying? We get your boy Nick Aldis and Jimmy Uso. They talking backstage. And Nick all like, I can't keep having this bullshit with you, you know what I'm saying? You attacking motherfuckers backstage. You ain't even on my show. And then Jimmy Uso, he cut him off. He all like, hold on now. You already know this some bullshit. You know Drew Mack had attacked Jacob, so I need to play these games with you. Just give me Drew Mack later on this night, and then we can just go about our business. So fucking Nick Aldis was like, all right, bet. It's going to be you and Drew Mack in a no DQ match tonight. May the best man win. And Big Jill was like, I ain't bet, say no more. So then we get a segment with your girl Julia and Chelsea Green. And Chelsea was saying some bullshit like she the best U.S. champion to ever do it and shit like that. And then Kiana James, she walk up and she all like, get the fuck out of our face, you feel me? Go find you something safe to do, you feel me? Because I got a match to do and I'm going against the women's champion. What the fuck is you doing back here kicking with your girl Julia? And then Chelsea Green, she walked her parrot-looking ass away. And then, you know what I'm saying, we get the match with Tiffany Stratton and Kiana James. They both come out and everything. Kiana James, she got a knee brace on. I'm not really sure about her WWE career already because what the hell, you just, you know what I'm saying, you just got on the scene and you already got a knee brace. Like, what's going on? I understand that she been injured, you feel me? I understand that, but that don't make no sense. We get into the match, and they was going crazy, you know what I'm saying? They both got, you know what I'm saying, gymnastic backgrounds, so they was doing a lot of acrobatic shit, a lot of acrobatic stuff during the match, you feel me? This match was good for what it was. Your girl Julia got involved in stuff. It got to beating Tiffany ass. You feel me? Got to beating her ass while the ref weren't looking. And then your girl Tiffany ended up gaining control again. And she hit the prettiest moonsault ever to win the match. But then after the match, your girl Kiana James and Julia, they like, fuck that shit. We ain't going down for that. Then they start whooping Tiffany ass. You feel me? They got to beating her ass. You feel me? Then your girl Jade Cargill, she come out. She all like, y'all, fuck that shit. Y'all ain't finna beat her ass. So then she come out. She helped Tiffany, you know what I'm saying? She get the beating their ass and shit like that. And then your girl Jade Cargill end up beating her ass again. You know what I'm saying? Jade turned heel. She got the beating the fuck out of Tiffany. And that's what the fuck I'm talking about. You feel me? That's what I'm talking about. She threw her ass into the steps. She whooped her ass all over the ring. Jade Cargill got a scar from when she got busted open, but she's still brutalizing the fuck out of Tiffany Stratton. Brutalizing the fuck out of her, scraping her across the ring. You feel me? Scraping her ass. So, you know what I'm saying? I liked it that. I get it Smackdown a couple extra points just because of that. Jade Cargill ended up grabbing the title off the ground and just holding it in her hands. And the crowd just gave her an ovation. So I'm going to give her another one. You feel me? Standing ovation for Jade Cargill for finally standing up for what's right and beating the hell out of Tiffany Stratton. And then we get a recap of when Ilya had won the United States Championship and the motherfuckers had started attacking him and shit like that. And they beat the fuck out of Sami Zayn and Ilya Dragunov. And then we get a backstage segment with Sami Zayn. And he telling Ilya Dragunov congratulations and stuff like that. Fuck Solo and them because they always be on bullshit and they always be on that type of time. And Ilya was all like, I bet, you know what I'm saying, thank you for these open challenges, you feel me? So I can show your ass what the fuck to do with this title. I can whoop your ass, you feel me, like that. And I can whoop everybody else's ass and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be trying to, you know what I'm saying, take this title, you know what I'm saying, do the open challenges for myself. And then Sami Zayn was all like, I bet, you feel me? I rock with that. Just make sure that you know that this ain't no game. This open challenge stuff, this ain't no, you know what I'm saying, this ain't no play. This the real deal. John Cena, he came up with this. And then I start doing this. Sammy Hogan. So, you know what I'm saying, this ain't no time to play around. So then he all like, I bet, you feel me? I rock with that. So then we get a backstage segment with Jade and a reporter had came up. You know, I don't know her name. She's just a reporter for right now, so that's what we gonna call her. The reporter had walked up and everything, and she all like, Jade, why you do that? You feel me? Why did you do that? And ain't you afraid of the consequences that happen behind your actions? And then Jade Cargill, she all like, I don't give a fuck about that whole Tiffany. I did what I had to do. And I don't care about no mistakes. I ain't make no mistakes, you feel me? She said that the only mistake that she ever made was thinking that this industry rewards patience over power. It says she's going to take her power and win that WWE Women's Championship no matter what. And I said, all right, you feel me? That's how you do that. Triple GPT, that's how you build a star. And then we move right along. We get Ilya Dragunov, and I ain't gonna lie, the crowd was mad when he came out, you feel me? The crowd wasn't talking about nothing when Ilya Dragunov first came out. You can hear two ants trying to tap dance, and that's how quiet it was. But you know what I'm saying? We gonna just skip right past that. As soon as the music go off, you know what I'm saying, all you hear is, you deserve it. You deserve it. Where was y'all at when he was just doing his entrance? Y'all ain't making no noise while he was doing his entrance, so don't act like that he deserve it now. But then he got to talking on the mic and everything, and he was basically like that he missed the ring and everything, and he ain't the type to give up. And that's why he's the U.S. champion. He said that he rocked with Sami Zayn, so he finna continue to do the open challenges, and he don't care what nobody say. So then we get the next person to come out for the open challenge, and this your boy Aleister Black. You see your boy Aleister Black, he coming out with your girl Zelina Vega, and they interests go hard. They interests go dumb. You feel me? I like how they come out. I like how that boy Aleister Black come out with his little beady on the side. You feel me? I mean, your girl Zelina wig still stiff and everything, but we gonna just scroll right past that. We gonna just not think about that. You feel me? It's this gimmick is still the Scarlet and Carrying Across gimmick, but it's better because you know what I'm saying. It's Aleister Black. You know what I'm saying? It's Aleister Black and Zelina. Like, come on now. But yeah, then we get into the match, and it was good for what it was, you know what I'm saying? It's a typical Aleister and Ilya match. They did what they had to do. It was some good technical wrestling mixed with some good striking, and during the match, your girl Zelina Vega kept getting involved and stuff like that. You already know how they go. The referee eventually sent her ass to the back, you know what I'm saying? Sent her stepping, kicking rocks, and then your boy Damian Priest, he came out and distracted your boy Aleister Black. Then Ilya hit the torpedo Moscow and ended up picking up the win. Then your boy Damian Priest got the beating his ass, you know what I'm saying? Got the beating Aleister Black ass. And your boy Damian Priest had a red mark on his face from the fireball that happened like 2 weeks ago. Then your boy Damian Priest got the beating his ass from more. Then he put him on an announce table. He set him up for the concerto, you know what I'm saying? He put one chair on the bottom, and then he had a chair in his hand. He finna crash his motherfucking dome. He finna crash his skull in. And then goes Zelina, she had came back up. She like, no, you ain't finna do that to my man and all that. So then she had ended up saving him and whatnot. Then we get a recap of your boy Carmelo Hayes whooping on the Miz. And then we get a backstage segment with your boy Carmelo Hayes. And he all like, he ain't even finna sit here and talk crazy about the Miz and do all that because the Miz is the Hall of Famer, you know what I'm saying, a future Hall of Famer. He just want to say that he got his lick back and they even and they done with all this. Miz could go on about his business and he gonna go on about his business. He's just trying to focus on fulfilling his destiny and winning that United States title, you know what I'm saying, continue being him. And then your boy Kid Wilson walk up and he all like, you always worry about yourself, you know what I'm saying? You just a hyper-masculine ass dude, you feel me? You ain't nothing but a hyper-masculine ass nigga, and that's all you gonna ever be. And then your boy Carmelo Hayes, he all like, hold up. Since you want to interrupt my interview and all that, it's gonna be me and you next week, and we gonna get this shit cracking. We gonna settle this in the ring. And then bro was all like, I bet we gonna get that cracking, and they went on about their business. Then we get a backstage segment with Ilya Dragunov and then Fraxian walk up. And Nathan was like, welcome back and everything, but when you gonna give us a title shot at the United States title, you know what I'm saying? We need that. And then Ashton was like, what he trying to say is congratulations, but we is gonna need that title match, you know what I'm saying? We is gonna need that title match, you feel me? And Ilya was like, you know what I'm saying? That's the beauty of the United States Open Challenge. You can get y'all, y'all can get y'all's any place, anytime. Whenever y'all need that, y'all can come over, y'all can get that. And then Ilya Dragunov, he ended up walking off, and then your boys DIY, they walked up, and they all like, look at y'all losers backstage. Y'all ain't talking about shit. Y'all gonna forever be backstage looking like fucking losers. And then Axiom was all like, I know y'all scared of us because we was supposed to be running that fade today, but then what happened? And then DIY, they was all like, yeah, okay, we'll see about that one. And then, you know what I'm saying, they walked off. And then your boy Tama Tonga had walked up out of nowhere, and he all like, yeah, down. You feel me? And I was like, I bet. That's what I like. And then we move on, you know what I'm saying? We get a backstage segment with your girls Charlotte and Alexa Bliss. And then the reporter lady, she had walked back there because she had found them or whatever. So she had walked back there and she was all like, Bailey and Lyra had called y'all out last week. You know what I'm saying? They said y'all some scary ass hoes. So what y'all finna do about that? And Charlotte was like, yeah, I heard that they had caught us some scary assholes, and it's gonna be like that for them. But then your girl Nia Jax walked up and she was all like, ain't this about some shit? You hoes trying to become besties and shit, and I'm sitting here waiting on one of you hoes to stab each other in the back, because I already know that's what y'all finna do. And Charlotte was like, yeah, I know you've been hurt so many times. You trying to project what you've been through on us and everything like that because you don't know how to trust. But that's all good like that. You need to find you a friend like Alexa Bliss. But then your girl Nia Jax was all like, oh, yeah, I used to have a friend like Alexa Bliss. As a matter of fact, I used to have Alexa Bliss as a friend, and the bitch stabbed me in the back. So fuck her. Then Alexa Bliss was like, hold up now. That was the old me, and this is the new me, you feel me? But if you was looking for the old me, I could bring her back out real quick on your ass, you know what I'm saying, if that's what you want. But then Nia Jax was like, hold on now, there's some big words from a small motherfucker like you. So we can get that shit cracking in the ring next week. If you trying to get that shit cracking, and Alexa Bliss was like, all right, bet we can get that shit cracking next week. And then that was that. We move right along. We got the main event. Drew McIntyre versus Jimmy Uso as the main event of Smackdown. They'll let you know all it is about this show. I did not say that in the beginning of this video because I know y'all would have clicked off real quick. Yes, this was the main event. Drew McIntyre versus Jimmy Uso. So that's what y'all got. So that's what we're going to work with. We get them coming out for the match, and then we get Michael Cole and whoever that was next to him. They was telling us that Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill will be happening that Saturday night's main event. So that's what we're going to be looking forward to, that match, and hopefully Jade Cargill win that title. Then we get the match between Jimmy Uso and Drew McIntyre. And Jimmy Uso was trying to get back for his cousin, and Drew Mc wasn't having all that. He claiming he ain't even the one who attacked Jacob. And y'all know what I think. Y'all know I think that it was Cody Rhodes. I think Cody Rhodes was the one who attacked Jacob Fatu. Cause that nigga, he was coming out with the black suit, all in that last episode, and he was looking all suspicious and everything like that. So I think it was Cody Rhodes. But yeah, Drew Mack was whooping him all through the match, you know what I'm saying? He was whooping his ass all over the ring, all over the arena. And then Big Jim, he ended up bringing out the table and everything. He ended up riling up a little bit. He brought out the table, but then he never got to use it, you know what I'm saying? He never got to use it because Drew Mack just kept on beating his ass, you know what I'm saying? Over and over again, just beating his ass. So then Drew Mack had started setting up Jimmy Uso on the chair to hit a Claymore on the chair. But then Jimmy Uso reversed it. He hit a drop toe hold. So Drew McIntyre's face ended up bouncing off the chair or whatnot. So then Jimmy Uso, he trying to rile up. But then Drew Mack had hurried up and hit a future shock on his ass, you know what I'm saying? Stop that momentum right there. So then Big Jim, he like, I bet he in the danger zone. He going for the Uso splashy, But Jimmy Uso ended up clicking out of that or whatnot. So then Drew Mack, he going for a Claymore or whatnot. Big Jim hit the nigga with a Samoan drop. But then your boy Drew Mack hit her with the chair and then hit her with the Claymore and got the 1, 2, 3. But then after the match, Drew McIntyre wasn't done. He got to beating his ass again. He got to choking him with the chairs and shit like that. He got to beating his ass and stuff like that. But then Cody Rhodes, he wasn't having all that. He wasn't having that this week. So he came out and everything. He got to doing what he had to do. He got to beating the hell out of Drew McIntyre. But then he got back in the arena to check on your boy Big Jim and your boy Drew Mack to hit the Claymore. And that was the end of that. I would say Drew Mack was standing tall, but the nigga was on his knees yelling at Cody or whatnot. So that's what we got at the end of SmackDown. That was it. That was all. That was all they got. That was all that they gave you out of field. Let me know what y'all think about that. In my opinion, this SmackDown was easily a 5 out of 10. It was a mid SmackDown, just like last week's SmackDown was mid, and the SmackDown before that was even more mid. Now, thank y'all for watching this video, man. If y'all like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And thank y'all so much for even, you know what I'm saying, tuning in if y'all got this far. Please let me know what y'all think in the comments about this SmackDown review and about this SmackDown episode. But y'all already know, it's your boy Dillo Trey's Wrestling, man. Back with another one. And I'm going to see y'all next time.